got you jerry-rigged up there. Hopefully you don't fall down. Today, we are doing fall recommendations. These are recommended for you. I've read them, I approve. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love them. So just sit back, get your notepad, and be prepared to take some notes on what you're going to be needing to get to this fall. I have organized these by genre. I thought that would be fun. I thought it would be fun to try to think of a book or two or a handful in each genre. That way you have an option for each one depending on what you like to read, and or if you're feeling freaky and you want to try something new, that option is available for you. For starters, there's nothing more fall than fantasy, romantasy. That's where we're going to be starting. And I did do like subgenres like dark romance, gothic, stuff like that. So if you're not seeing something that's your vibe, just wait. Like I sectioned it off for you. For my romantasy, fantasy genre reads, I have for you Rose and Chains. And I'm not going to harp on this too long. I'm sure you're probably tired of hearing about this from me, so I will shut up. This book was just really, like, it's such a good read. Essentially, there are two different types of magic in this world, mind magic and heart magic. And heart magic is revered as being better in this world, and so basically they seek to take down the mind magic users. And so our main character, Brienne, she uses mind magic. Everything comes down, and all the people who use that form of magic, they enslave them and sell them at auction, and she gets sold to her enemy. Now, I know what you're thinking, predictable and gross. No, this is actually such a good read. I was like in the thralls. Like, I was thinking about this days after I read it. So although some of you may find it formulaic, I do think this is such a good read, and one of the most well-written and unique fantasy books that I have read all year. Props to Julie Soto. This was her first fantasy book, so I think she did really well with it. And then, if you haven't read this book, now's your sign to pick it up. The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. It is Trials, vampire world, human daughter. Her dad is a vampire and she's not. You'll learn more about that in here. She enters a trial to get to get a wish. Like, they can get something that they want, and that's why everyone enters these trials. And she'll be competing against all vampires. She's the only human. Everyone's got something you can ask for. Some people are disfigured and they're like, fix me. Some people want power. Some people want more time. You can ask for anything. And so Aurea, she's going in and she is going to ask to be linked to her father. You'll get more of that in here, but it's a really good read. The ending of this book, gut-wrenching. Like, actually, to this day, haunts me. Enough about that. Now onto some fun, like, I know some of you have probably heard of those, but onto some more like fun, like maybe you haven't heard of it. For sci-fi, I have two options for you. It's been a really long time since I've read these. I read these before I had Goodreads, so I didn't rate them, and I don't know what I would rate them now if I read them again, which one day I might do. So the first book, these are very well loved. Me and my family like traded all these books around, but the first one is 1 Second After. This is basically, he's in the South, he's from North Carolina, and the world basically has come to an end. All electricity is gone, no cell phones, nothing. Like, it's a dead grid. People's more like animalistic sides start coming out. That scarcity mindset is 100% present throughout the whole book, and it's really scary to think about what would happen if this actually happened to us. And unfortunately, I do feel like in some ways it would be similar to this. I don't remember the entire book. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I remember everything start to finish. But there is one scene in this book that has like stuck with me. There are 3 books in this series, by the way. But there's one scene in this book that has stuck with me. Just like the realities of how something like this, like how awful it would be. But the scene is like, he's watching this woman like sell her body for literally just soup, but it's not even soup. It's just chicken broth. So it's literally just like bones boiled in water, just chicken broth. Literally selling her body for that, because that's how bad it gets. Like, it gets so bad. It's very grueling. It's very like you're kind of on the edge of your seat for some of it. It's a really like I remember being invested in this. I mean, my entire family read it. None of us have the same book taste. My entire family read this. So I definitely recommend it as a sci-fi read. And I don't know if it'll be any good, but it's also being turned into a movie right now. If you end up liking it, you could also go see the movie. Moving on. Next sci-fi book, we have Prey. I haven't been listing anyone's names, I'm so sorry, by Michael Crichton. It is so crazy. Like, whenever I tell you this description, you're gonna be like, ew, what? But basically, a cloud of these nanoparticles, they get released and they have become so advanced that they are self-sustaining and they start hunting people as prey. And the thing with this book is like every time they've tried to destroy this, they can't. Like they've created something that's so advanced to the point where it's learning. It's learning every time you try to take it down. It's like noted. And then if you try to do that again, you can't. So this book is like kind of insane. They give a better description of the nanoparticles in here, but basically it's like little robots that have escaped a laboratory. It's so insane. And like I said, I haven't read this in a really long time, and so when I got Goodreads, I read this before Goodreads, and so I don't have an official rating on this, but I just remember like to this day I'm like that was a wild ride. Like that was crazy. Never read anything like this. Moving on to romance, some lighthearted romance. Well, I don't know about lighthearted, but some of these I don't have a physical copy of. I either read them from the library or my Kindle. From Lukov with Love. That book had me in a choke hold the first time I read it. It is about figure skating. Jasmine and Ivan. His name is Ivan Lukov, by the way. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's that guy. His name's in the title. Need I say more? It's about Jasmine and Ivan. So Jasmine is a figure skater. She gets the chance of a lifetime. And her current partner is a flop, whatever. He's irrelevant. And she ends up having to have Ivan as a partner for figure skating. This book was so good. Of course it was. It's Mariana Zapata. What am I talking about? I love a slow burn. I love a real love connection. I love when characters know each other so deeply that like it's almost like they know someone better than they know themselves, and I love that. This book is the epitome of that. Epitome of like a guardian angel. If you've seen this, please tell me you know. Like the way you know. Guardian angel. Literally. I love it. It's one of the best romance books that I've ever read. Also, figure skating is really cool. Up next, I mean, is anyone surprised that we're here? I love Bride, Justice for Bride. Let's Have a Celebration for Mate that's coming out soon. Already pre-ordered. Coming straight to my house. I loved this book. I love this book. Why did we stop? Where are the vampires? Why did we stop? Vampire werewolf relations? Sold. And I love that her name is Misery. I think that's so poetic. Misery, she is her daughter of like a powerful vampire, essentially. She is in an arranged marriage with the alpha. Ew, I hate that term. Hate saying it out loud, but she's marrying the alpha. This is why I can't read books like this in public, because if somebody was like, oh my god, what are you reading? I would actually die. Like, I would actually pass away. Like, I have no confidence when it comes to stuff like that. I'm just like, shield your eyes. Like, don't worry about what I'm reading. Anyway, this is her wedding dress. It's like I was made to tell you to read this. We're matching. I love this book. Like, I gave it 5 stars. Spoiler alert, I gave it 5 stars. I realize I have not been telling you the ratings of the books. Rose and Chains, 5 stars. Serpent in the Wings of Night, book 1, 4 stars. She has to marry him for a treaty. Keep us from all killing each other, you know. Peace, love, end war. That's what their treaty is supposed to symbolize. This actually low-key has a mystery in it. Please read it. Let's do mystery next because I feel like it is probably the most fitting genre aside from fantasy when it comes to fall. For starters, we have The Last Word. This book was so good to me. This girl leaves an unfavorable review and then the author tries to kill her because her review was not so good. Really good. Really suspenseful. You're genuinely like, what the fuck? And I rated this 4 stars. Okay, and then up next we have None of This Is True. What happens when you take a white lie too far? It's literally called None of This Is True. It tells you right out the bat, like, you trust nothing, trust no one, not even the narrator. Like, you literally can't trust anyone. Normally, I like try not to be like, this is an unreliable narrator, because that's low-key a spoiler, but it's literally the title, None of This Is True. It'll leave you guessing up until the very end. Rated it 5 stars. I don't know if I've ever given a thriller 5 stars. I'll have to read the summary because I think if I try to explain it, I will spoil it. Celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub, popular podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie, as it turns out, is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are in fact birthday twins. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside of Josie's school. Josie has been listening to Alex's podcast and thinks she might be an interesting subject for her series. She is, she tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated, and although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't resist the temptation to keep making the podcast. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie has been hiding some dark secrets, and before she knows it, Josie has ingrained herself so deep into her life. But as quickly as she arrived, she disappears. Only then does Alex discover that Josie has left a terrible and terrifying legacy in her wake, and that Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast, with her life and her family's lives under mortal threat. Who is Josie Fair and what has she done? I like that description because it genuinely tells you nothing and then it's just like bam, you know what I mean? Read it. The Only Survivors. Okay, so I gave this 4 stars. 2 vans of high schoolers on their way back from, I don't remember if it was a field trip or what, but on the way back from a trip, they all die except for 9 students. Nobody has ever been able to really figure it out why some people lived, what caused the accident. Like, there's this whole stigma around it. They have like the survivors retreat, and the 9 survivors, they all go and meet at this house every year, basically like an honorary thing, like honoring the students who died, honoring that they lived. And these students, none of them, they wouldn't have really been friends. Does that make sense? Like, it's a bunch of characters. You've got like the jock, you've got super smart people, like you've got all those stereotypes mingling with each other, and then they grow up and be adults. And so, like, none of these people would have really been friends, but they all have this secret together. They all have a secret. Their group secret as the 9 survivors, and then each of them has an individual secret. The way that the book unravels, I find it to be so interesting. Like, it was really fun unraveling the mystery with the main character going alongside her, and then she also knows, like everybody knows stuff that they're not telling you. You could be in the character's head and they don't give you information. So I love books like that, kind of when they're like hiding stuff to bring out at the right moment. Another reason they're coming together is one of the survivors from the crash has died and they're trying to figure out why. First lie wins. This book was so interesting. The main character, whose name I won't tell you because it's not her real name, it says that in the summary of the book, by the way, but Evie Porter, not her real name. She's actually assigned a new identity for every job that she takes, running around stealing stuff, like professional thief, if you will. She takes over this like personas. There's a whole job that we're trying to complete in the book, and then we're also manipulating all these people in this town, so it's like a whole thing, and then it low-key has a happy ending. So first lie wins, and when you get it, you get it. When you finish the book, you're like, oh, okay. We're gonna do gothic and paranormal fiction next. So up first, I have Nocticadia. Okay, and for the gothic and paranormal ones, check your trigger warnings. The atmosphere of this book is so fall, so leaning into October. Just vibes, the gothic horror vibes of it all. Genuinely unmatched. For starters, I rated this book 4 stars. And a quick synopsis. So our main character has pretty much had a traumatic life. She witnessed a traumatic incident that happened with her mom, and then she is trying to go to school. She gets accepted into one of the oldest and prestigious colleges, and that is Dracadia. It has a super big secret like attached to the school. It is said to be haunted, and there's so many things that happen and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like that was my genuine reaction. I was like, genuinely, what the hell? It being haunted is like a main plot, and then there's like the romance, which is also like a subplot. There's like a dark and broody professor with a secret. The way that this book unfolds, so good. SparkNotes version, forbidden romance, gothic vibes, mysterious school, haunted, boyfriend has a secret. Read it, but definitely check your trigger warnings. Now, this is the lowest rated book in my recommendations. I am recommending it because it is truly the most insane book that I have ever read. Where it starts is not where it ends up. You will never be able to guess the otherworldly ending. You will not be able to guess it. The best way I can explain this to you is Riverdale. Season 1, murder mystery. Who done it? By the end of it, they have superpowers. That is what Fairy Tale is. Not necessarily that plot, but like that. Oh, this is a show about murder mystery. Who killed the brother? And then they literally have superpowers at one point. This is like that. You start Darcy being inheriting a bunch of money and going to claim it at her deceased father's mansion. She's an orphan. She goes to claim that money, get her inheritance. She has to live there for 2 months to inherit that money. And all this crazy stuff starts happening. Is it ghosts? Is it, like, what is it? Is this place haunted? There's a mystery guy. There's 2 mystery guys. And from there, I can't say anything. I literally cannot say anything. Everything is a spoiler. Where this starts, by the end of it, you're like, genuinely, what the hell what did I just read? Is this the same book? Is this even the same genre? Like, what the fuck? That was my genuine reaction. You have to read that if for nothing else alone. This book is huge, by the way. This book is huge. I read it on Kindle. It flies faster on there. This version is 698 pages. Small font as well. Small font. So that's why I read it on my Kindle. I did read part of it in here, but it genuinely started hurting my little dainty precious eyes. And I was like, give me my Kindle. Rated this 3 stars. The journey is like none other. Now moving on, let's do YA. I don't read YA books. Disclaimer, I don't read YA books, but I do have 2 recommendations. Authors that I make an exception for. Ali Hazelwood wrote a YA book. It is called Checkmate. And I know when you're seeing this cover, you're like, that's not fucking fall, you dumb bitch. Actually, The Queen's Gambit came out in October, so it counts. It's a fucking fall book. Thank you. We don't have to fight. We don't have to fight. Let's talk about this like adults. Our main character, chess prodigy. So Mallory, the main character, she's done with chess. She's so done with chess. In this book, she's like, chess led to the destruction of my family, so I don't play chess anymore. When you find out the reason that it destroyed her family, along with some other issues in this book, they're very juvenile, and it is why I don't read YA. It is not for me. I get enraged a little, not truly, but I do get mad. I don't miss it. I don't miss being a teen. I don't miss being a teen. The leaps that are made in this book to come to that conclusion are a little bit cuckoo. Mallory needs money. What's gonna get her money? Chess. She has some issues going on. She has to compete against the King Killer. Ooh, he's so bad. King Killer. Woo. He's so bad. The King Killer. I can't take this shit seriously. Yeah, so she goes against the King Killer and she fucking demolishes. And he falls in love with her. He's like, wow, beat me again. Angsty love story about chess. And Ali Hazelwood really popped off with this one. I feel like, I was like, I could play chess. Put me in, coach. Like, she describes chess so well. And for someone like me who's never played chess, I'm a checkers gal. You know, I'm a simpleton. I don't know how to play chess. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. Nobody in my family plays chess. I don't know how to play chess. I go to craft Cracker Barrel, I play checkers. That's that route. I don't go to country clubs, so I don't play chess. I think that's the route of how people end up playing things like that. Cracker Barrel, checkers. Country club, yes. That's how it's decided. That's how your fate is decided. Rated it 4 stars. It was really good. For a YA, 4 stars for me. That's pretty good. The next YA book, I am an auto buy for Holly Jackson. The book I'm recommending to you is The Reappearance of Rachel Price. It is YA and it's compelling. 2 things I never thought I'd say. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know YA books can be good. They can be good. And this is proof. This is proof. I enjoyed them. I liked them. Their frontal lobes aren't developed, and so they don't understand. The world is so much bigger than your fucking backyard, and YA books don't always get that because that's such a teenage mentality. The Disappearance of Rachel Price, I rated it 4 stars. Her mother disappeared 16 years ago from her life. She is now 18. She's about to film a documentary about the disappearance of her mom. And the bitch shows up. A documentary is about to happen about her and she fucking shows up. And so the whole book is we're trying to figure out where's she been? Where'd she come from? How did she go? Cotton Eye Joe. Rachel, where have you been? Where have you been, Rachel? What happened to you? Were you taken? Did you go of your own free will? What was it? Money? Was it drugs? Where are you, Rachel Price? Like, what happened? Where did you go? Why did you disappear on the road that day? Why did you disappear on the road that day? It's really good. You should read it. I gave it 4 stars. Read it. It's so good. Like, where the fuck were you, bitch? Where were you? Historical fiction. We have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. If you've read this, you're tired of hearing about it, and I apologize. This is about Addie LaRue, and she's invisible. Get the book. Okay, so Addie LaRue, she's invisible. She made a deal with the devil, and because of that, she has to live her life being invisible. She can meet someone, and if they turn around and turn back around, they will forget her existence. If they walk out of a room and they were just talking to her, they'll be like, how the fuck did you get in my house? That's a gun. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate to be Addie LaRue. It should be called The Devastating Life of Addie LaRue. How we got here, devastating. The thing that led us to make this deal, sad. Her journey to get to, like, present day, tragic. Like, her past, tragic. Stockholm Syndrome love story that's in here. It's not really a love story, but there's some Stockholm Syndrome going on in this book. So hard because it's like, you're my captor, but like sometimes you're nice to me, and that's a very hard feeling to get on paper. That's a hard feeling to convey and like convince me that I'm feeling that as well. Sometimes you're like, I hate his fucking guts, and then you're like, but he's the only friend. He's our only friend. He's the only person that knows what's happened to me, has been with me since this deal is formed, and no one else remembers me. A constant muse, but always forgotten, and that is literally the tragic life of Addie LaRue. Nobody remembers her, always forgotten, until one day she meets someone who doesn't forget her. And the way that they meet is really funny. She tries to steal a book, and she's like, whatever, like, they'll forget about it. He doesn't. And he's like, bitch, why are you in my fucking bookstore again? You fucking stole a book. General fiction, A Man Called Ove. This book did make me cry. This book is really just about the power of community. This book is about Ove. He is a curmudgeon. He lives alone. He does the same thing every day. And then this family moves in next door. They don't care. They don't care he's a curmudgeon. They try to be nice to him. They ask him for like little favors at first. It becomes this like almost like a symbiotic relationship. He's taking care of them. He's offering them things. He's, you know, making sure everything's done right for them. And they're like including him, inviting him to dinner. They're just, it's all about community. And you get some like beautiful flashbacks of Ove when he was younger and like what makes him the way that he is. I'm about to cry. Genuinely, stop. Hold the phone. But you get like these background details about his life and like why he is the way he is. It has such a sad but beautiful ending, and it's really good. It's really good. It's a tearjerker. I put it in fall because that community aspect, it creates a really cozy atmosphere, and then the ending, something that happens in this book, it's horrible and scary and freakish. So That's why it's in here for fall, because I don't like it, it's scary. But yeah, A Man Called Ove, really good. I gave this book 5 stars. Okay, last book. I am recommending a nonfiction book. Who's surprised? I don't think I've ever talked about a nonfiction book on here ever. The book I'm recommending is Freakonomics, and admittedly, I read this book in 2021. Freakonomics, I gave it 4 stars. My husband, he is an electrical engineer. Whenever we were in college, he was assigned to this book, and it just sounded interesting to me, so I ended up reading it. But basically, I'll read you the premise. It says, if morality represents how we would like the world to work, then economics represents how it actually does work. It takes situations and like what we want to happen versus like actual impact. So some of the prompts are, what do school teachers and sumo wrestlers have in common? What kind of impact did Roe v. Wade have on violent crime? It takes what we wanted to happen, what was the goal, and shows you what actually happens whenever you apply like these kind of rules to things. I don't know, I thought it was really interesting. I gave it 4 stars. If you're wondering how this is fall, it literally has freak in the word, and it is orange and green. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. I've yapped for too long. I hope that you enjoy these recommendations. I hope you take them and literally put them into action. Please read these books. Please let me know what you thought. Do we have the same rating? A different rating? Have you read any of these? Have you read any of them? If so, we can gab. Like, leave your thoughts, comments, concerns below. Like, I would love to know. Bye.